And I want you to consider this here. This is part of Clear Channel's programming in Jacksonville when it comes to violence against public officials. Now, we played yesterday for you that, I'm going to shoot it with the cops. This song here is from the RIP remix. And I'm just going to let you hear it, and let's just see what you think. This is Positive Impact. I just want you to hear it as it is. Take a listen to this.
RIP, I want to kill the judge. Trying to lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug.
Now, let's look at that one more time.
RIP, I want to kill the judge. Trying to lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug.
Now, this is, who have they selected? This is no mystery. It's a guy saying, I want to kill the judge for trying to lock me up. And who did they pick to give that content? Let's listen to it one more time.
RIP, I want to kill the judge. Trying to lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug.
Now, again, positive impact. I'm wondering, where is the positive impact of putting an artist out of any race? Red, yellow, brown, black, white, old, young, country, rock, doesn't matter. Where is the positive impact of putting out that artist saying, I want to kill the judge for trying to lock me up? Say, well, they're just playing around. Is there a context in which that is funny? Is there a context in which if I said, you know what, R.I.P., I'm going Sandy Hook. R.I.P., I'm going Sandy Hook. Nobody finds that funny. R.I.P., I'm going to see you at the finish line. Got my pressure cooker with me, and it's time to pay your fine or whatever. Who thinks that's funny? People are dying in this country, and it's not funny. Especially you look at headlines. I just pulled up a couple. Federal judge's family killed. These are not made up. These are real ones. Texas judge says assistant DA have their murders have to be more than a coincidence. Judge and 2 others killed in courthouse shooting. Texas prosecutor killed after getting shot 5 times. Prosecutor, officer of the court, outside the courthouse. 2 suspects are at large. Another attempted DA killing, intruder gunned down in a Colorado prosecutor's home. Let's see what else here. Lansing, Iowa man sentenced to prison term for threats to judges and law enforcement officers. In Cleveland, this is just a couple of days ago, judges who believe they have substantial risk of serious bodily harm from perceived threats can now remove their home address from public listings. Report threats against federal judges, prosecutors rise sharply. Threats to judges, prosecutors are soaring. Where is your positive impact? I want to know that you own this, and stop shooting me this garbage about, well, people that listen to us like it. I don't care who likes it. Nobody of goodwill likes to hear anybody, red, yellow, brown, black, white, country, rock, EDM or anything else, no DJ over some electronic dance music saying, yeah, I want to kill a judge. Nobody likes that. And forget what the audience likes. You can sell anything to anybody, but who are you as a company? I want to kill the judge. I need you to answer me if that's who you are as a company. Now, people say, well, there you go again. Mike, you just picking one line from one song. Well, how would you feel if I told you that song was played 8 times? I approached Clear Channel, and listen to this. I approached Clear Channel last week because I didn't want to unfairly represent what was going on. So when I wrote my letter to them last week, sent it certified to Bob Pittman, the head of Clear Channel, and said, hey, can we do better here in Jacksonville? I've not heard from Mr. Pittman. We see a lot of spin being put out in the media about it. We do a lot of good here. I'm not asking you about the good you do. I'm asking you about I want to kill the judge and all that other stuff. That's the question. So I sent that and just asked those questions. And I wanted to be fair. And so what I did to be fair was I didn't go back a year in the programming that we looked at, although we've been looking at it for over a year, May to May, now that we're in May. But I wanted to be fair. So I just took, when I approached, Mr. Pittman, Monday through Thursday of last week. Somebody say, why didn't you take Friday of last week? Because I finished my letter on Friday and didn't have time to record it. We have it recorded. We have days this week. We record all the time. And I said, look, I don't want to try to pick up something from 8 months ago. This is just this week. What would you feel like in the data we've gone through from last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if I told you that RIP, I want to kill the judge, trying to lock a homie up, he doesn't feel the thug? How would you feel if I told you it played 8 times? I'm not talking about one clip, 8 times that song played. What would you feel like if I told you here that it played 11 times? Or maybe if I told you that it played 12 times? I said, man, they played I want to kill the judge, RIP, I want to kill the judge for trying to lock me up. What about 13 times? Here's the truth. Monday through Thursday of last week, they played it 13 times on Monday, 8 times on Tuesday, 12 times on Wednesday, 11 times on Thursday. 44 times in 4 days they played the song that says, RIP, I want to kill the judge, RIP, I want to kill the judge, RIP, I want to kill the judge. So don't think I'm just picking, look at me, don't think I'm just picking some random thing and saying, well, you're just trying to isolate the little thing. This is only Monday through Thursday. We've got Friday, we hadn't gone through it yet, we haven't gone through Saturday, Sunday, I don't know what all, hours and hours you imagine content we have to go through. Let's just say 11 times a day, 44 times, and let's say you kept 11 times a day. That's 77 times in a week. We've heard it today. It just aired yesterday. They play the song all the time. How confident are they that this is their content? Look at their website. It is the #3 top song of the week. R.I.P. I Want to Kill the Judge, the #1 song. So let me pause now and just thank Clear Channel, first of all, 44 times. Thank you. Thank you for this 44 times in 4 days. Your branding, you want to kill the judge. And I'm not saying Clear Channel wants to kill anybody, but I'm saying in the face of officers being killed, in the face of officers of the court being killed, even if we weren't seeing officers killed, where's your bleep out? Well, and this is the thing I love you sent last week. We're in compliance with FCC. Forget FCC. What about morals? I'm not asking you as I don't know if you're Christian or atheist. I don't know if you're Buddhist, Jew, Muslim, Hindu. I have no idea who you are. But as a human being that lives in America that wants to make a positive impact, I need Mr. Pittman to explain, not send some guy down, not send some guy out to say, oh, it's okay that we play all this music by black people that talks about this. It's okay. And asking a black representative to come out and say, you know what, we're not bothered by this music is insulting. I want Mr. Pittman to tell me, yes, my signature is on R.I.P. I Want to Kill the Judge. Because if that's the case, Jacksonville does not want you to be pumping that out into our airwaves. And here's what else: we don't want you picking up young black males and putting that out as though that's something they do. And again, I'm waiting on, show me the white male that you played that last week where 44 times the white male said, I want to kill a judge, 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 I want to kill a judge. You know, you can't do it. And you know why you can't do it? Because in America will accept a young black male being viewed and portrayed as violent against law enforcement, but that's not going to fly in entertainment on radio. Apparently, it might fly other places, but in Jacksonville, we don't hear Clear Channel putting that out in Jacksonville. Now, I want to leave you with a couple of thoughts. I've talked too long. Thought #1 is this. Clear Channel owns all these other stations in Jacksonville. Look at the stations there. I want you to see there's 97.9, WQIK, V105, Jack 93. There's a sports talk radio. Here's my question, or here's my thought. Even though these stations don't play artists that claim they want to kill officers of the court, they don't play on these stations, I want to kill officers of the court. When you support these stations, when you listen to these stations and you let them advertise to you or whatever, you're actually supporting Clear Channel. So on floors 1 through 5, they're putting out this content, but on floor 6, they're putting out, you know, I want to kill the judge. Here's my thought. You know, maybe you should let these other stations know how you feel about what Clear Channel is putting out. Thought #2, this is interesting. They just played I Want to Kill the Judge yesterday. I played it a couple times, but yesterday in the afternoon, broad daylight, 3 o'clock, right when kids get out of school, R.I.P. I Want to Kill the Judge, and that's mild in there. There's all sorts of gun violence stuff in there, not bleeped out at all. It's in the song. But here's my thought. Right before that song came on yesterday, right in the afternoon, around 3 o'clock, these commercials, so what they do, so here's how it works, and maybe you've never listened to the station, and a lot of people say, I don't listen to those stations, so it's okay. No, it's not okay. This is going into our city. But you say, I never listen to the station. Let me tell you how it works. So the DJ comes on and says, yeah, we got R.I.P. coming up in this mix right after this. And then what they're saying is right after this word from our sponsors, right after this word, you know, from our sponsors. And then come here, all these people here, these are the actual ones that aired yesterday. We got it all on tape. So Coca-Cola, Fox, AutoZone, Mattress Firm, News4Jax, Tico, People Gas, McDonald's, Great Clips, and others, they aired right before. So it was like, coming up right after this is R.I.P., here's the commercials, and the lead-in advertisers for R.I.P. I Want to Kill the Judge were these folks right here. Now, here's my question. Do companies like this know their commercials air before and after songs like R.I.P. are played? Do they care? Then the question is, maybe we should ask them, do these companies know that Clear Channel is taking their spots and tacking them as the lead sponsor to these songs? I feel certain Coca-Cola has no clue in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for a long time. On your screen here, Coca-Cola has no clue that and I assure you they do not want Coca-Cola the lead sponsor for R.I.P. I Want to Kill the Judge. Fox, AutoZone, Mattress Firm, McDonald's, Great Clips, News4Jax, Tico. No company of goodwill wants to have their name as the lead song, and that's not the only reference in that song to killing somebody. That's not the only, you know, the song ends with a death threat in it, and it's played 44 times in 4 days. Now, here's my other thought. I want to talk to you about, just as we wrap up, the difference between the real world and the Clear Channel world. The real world and the Clear Channel world. Here's the real world. In the real world, people of all races threaten and kill police officers and officers of the court. Now think about that. Look at me here. Red, yellow, brown, black, white, men and women in this country, of all races and all people, all economic backgrounds, rich, poor, they threaten police officers and they kill police officers. In the real world, it's across the spectrum. Now, look at this. But what about in the Clear Channel radio world? In the Clear Channel radio world, in Jacksonville, only young black males get played 44 times saying they want to do it. Look at your screen there. People of all races threaten and kill officers of the court. That's fact. That's real world. But in Clear Channel Jacksonville radio, only a young black male gets played 44 times saying that he wants to do it. Now, let me say this. I know that young guy doesn't want to kill a judge. I know he's not going to hurt nobody. He's probably a good guy, good head on his shoulders. He's figured out Clear Channel will pay him to play this music. Clear Channel says, it's not our fault. We get it sent up from the, the people that make music, and we put it out on the air. And that's what we do. And I understand that. But even when you bleep out the N-word, the F-word, you can't say weed, you can't say this, you bleep it out to be in compliance with the FCC. But even though the artist sends you stuff with, I want to kill the judge, I want to do this, you bleep out what you won't get charged for and then put it out. So the artist says, oh, so no matter what I send you, y'all will clean it up and I still get a full check? So you've trained the artist, send us the most vile stuff that you have, we'll make sure we don't have any problems with it. And so twice this week, I've said, hey, Clear Channel, maybe you should look at some of the content you're putting out, degrading women, etc. Twice this week, they said the FCC don't have a problem with it, so it's okay. I don't care if the FCC has a problem with, I want to kill the judge. I got an AK-47, I want to kill police. We all agree on, killing judges is wrong. Shooting it out with cops is wrong. Denigrating women is wrong. And we especially agree on using black artists as your front people to deliver that message. You show me, Clear Channel, a white artist you played last week in Jacksonville that 44 times where you played a white man saying he wanted to kill an officer of the court, and I'll drop everything. But you can't show me that. You show me an artist that you played multiple times in your top 100 plays last week, a white artist that you put out and said, I got an AK-47 with 50 rounds and I'm going to shoot it out with cops. You can't show me that because you've learned how America works. If you put out content by black artists that say it, nobody bats an eye. That's what you figured out, and you figured out you can get rich off of it. Well, it's over. That time is over. It's over. And we don't want more PR statements. We don't want more people making quotes to the news. We want Bob Pittman to tell us, yes, I'm the man behind killing the judge. I'm the man behind AK-47. I'm the man who chooses black artists to be put out and revel in the content that all these law enforcement are trying to help. All the schools are trying to help. Mothers and fathers are trying to help. And here you come while they're trying to change the landscape of America, and you're keeping music as lopsided in content as the country itself. You're not helping. And I'm asking you to change. I'm not threatening. I want to work with you. But I want you guys to say, you know what? We're going to be different. And trust me, you'll be the favorite brand broadcaster in America because all people know. Well, this is about free speech. Isn't that interesting? You won't play white power music where people talk about killing people. You won't play that. Killing black people. You won't play that in Jacksonville. You won't play gay bashing music or Christian, Jew, Muslim bashing music. You won't play that. You won't play a song in which people talk about date rape. You never hide behind it's free speech. We can play the white man marches on. It's okay if we play that because it's a free country. You don't say that. You won't play that because it doesn't match your brand. I'm asking you, do the 2 songs I'm playing here now match your brand? Do the 1,000 songs I asked you about last week, do they match your brand? Stop hiding. Stop playing this 3-card Monte thing and get honest. Does it or does it? It's yes or no. Does it or does it? And if you say, yes, this is our brand, then I'm going to your advertisers. McDonald's, is this you? Subway, is this you? Because you get funded by them, but I guarantee you, the CEO of McDonald's has no idea his company was the lead sponsor for I Want to Kill the Judge. I guarantee he has no idea. He's going to be shocked when he finds that out. And I think if you're watching this video, you should email McDonald's and say, hey, do you guys understand this? I guarantee you they don't understand it. Now, who should we hold responsible for this stuff in our city? Well, should we hold the artists responsible? Should we hold the DJs, the program directors? What about the vice president of urban programming? No, we're not going to hold them responsible. I'm not even asking them for their answer. Let me tell you, I know through some people that know these people, that know some of these people on this thing, they're all good people. A matter of fact, off record, a lot of them say, look, I'm so tired of playing this stuff with these women that get degraded. I'm so tired of it. But somebody has boxed them in and told them this is what they will play. I know from people that know them, third party, that have said, look, I don't like it any more than you do, but this is how it works. But let me tell you, who can stop it? Who can change it? This guy right here. This guy right here. The DJs can't change it. The artists only play what the people play. This guy right here is the man that can change it. He is over Clear Channel. Now, let me say about Mr. Pittman, there on the right side of the screen. He's a man with a heart for people. That's proven by his philanthropic work. Nobody doubts that. He is not pro-violence. He is not a racist. I don't believe he's a racist at all. I don't believe he's prejudiced. I don't believe he discriminates at all. He is not against officers of the court. He does not want to see judges killed. He doesn't even think that's funny. But here's the truth. He is the man in charge. He is the man in charge. So I'm not asking the artist to change what they're singing about. I'm asking the last person that signs off on it before it hits the airwaves, who is this man, to say, you know what, this is not who we are. Clear Channel's positive impact is not about it. So only Mr. Pittman can tell us if the RIP remix and other such songs accurately reflect the Clear Channel brand. Only he can tell us. I'm not asking an artist, does that represent Clear Channel? They can't speak for Clear Channel. I'm not asking a DJ, does that represent Clear Channel? I'm not asking a program director. They can't say what represents Clear Channel. They can say what they're paid to do. Only this man can say whether RIP I want to kill the judge or I've got a 50-round AK-47 and I swear I'll shoot it out with 5.0. Sir, you're the only one. And I don't want an adversarial relationship with you. I'm sure you're a fine and decent man. I'm sure you don't know what's going on in Jacksonville. I think if I was you and I heard RIP I want to kill the judge, I think you'd be getting on the phone and say, please tell me we did not play 44 times a young black guy saying he wanted to kill a judge in Jacksonville. But here's the thing. Don't make heads roll. Don't fire DJs. Don't cut artists. Don't ban singers. Don't fire urban program directors. No, you say, you know what? I was driving the ship. I was the one driving while this happened. I take responsibility, and from my desk down, across my company, we're going to make changes. That's the only way. That's the only way a thinking person would think. Now, I'm going to close here. My thoughts are done. I've figured out something. You played 44 plays in 4 days. RIP, I want to kill the judge. And I looked up yesterday, Duval County, which is where this is coming from. We have 46 Duval County judges. That's almost one airplay per Duval County judge. And I think we say it's just music. Well, it is just music until it becomes a headline. Are you trying to say that this stuff is going to lead people to killing? No, I do not believe music leads people to kill. Let me be clear. I know a lot of people listen to this music that never pick up a gun. A lot of people listen to this music that never call a woman a B or an H, a hoe or whatever it is. I know that. I'm not saying music causes. I'm not talking about what's causing the music. I'm talking about what type of soul-sick country do we live in where there's a market for this music? What type of soul-sick country do we live in where we say, you know what? We really like hearing black guys talk about this. There's a problem with that. Well, what about the rock and rollers, man? Those rock and rollers, what about sex, drugs, and rock and roll? Show me a rock and roll song in Jacksonville that played last week in which Clear Channel put out a rock and roll guy saying, I want to kill a judge. I'm dealing cocaine. I've got an AR-15 and I'm going to roll up on you and I'm going to kill you. I've got a 45 on me and I keep my 9mm on me because I carry drugs for sale. Show me a white artist that they put out last week in Jacksonville in which the artist said, I've got young boys, minors, who are on the corner that sell my drugs for me, and then I call them and see how much they've got left. They say, we sold it all, we only got a few rocks. And then the artist says, and I'm going to come give you more. Show me a white artist in any genre that Clear Channel puts out. I know white people commit crime, just like everybody else. Black folks, white people commit crime just like black folks. Red, yellow, brown people, there's bad people from every group. I understand that. But I'm saying when it comes to what they call entertainment, Clear Channel doesn't deal out the cards evenly. They say, you know what, when we're going to put out drug dealing and killing and carrying weapons, let me get some black artists up here to deliver that content. And that's what's wrong with America, and it needs to stop. But in honor of your contribution, 44 plays, RIP, I want to kill the judge, I have figured out for our 46 judges in Duval County, from your friends at Clear Channel, I'm going to let it play out. I've got all 46 names of our Duval County judges, and from your friends at Clear Channel, this is their contribution to you last week, 44 times, RIP, I want to kill the judge. Here's our judges, Duval County. I thank you for listening, and I'd really like to hear from Mr. Pippin to say, you know what, that's not us. We don't believe in this. Thank you for listening.
I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel the thug. R.I.P. I wanna kill the judge. Tryna lock the homie up, they don't feel